Morning, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video today to talk about some of my recent updates and progress. First off, my waistline, the redone bottom of my torso, has been finished healing, and it healed just fine. I wasn't able to keep a Saniderm on for that one, but it ended up being okay. Probably going to need some light touch-ups in that area just because it is very bendy, and it's really hard to heal a full saturation tattoo there on one go without losing something. So kept most of it though. Uh, like I say, it'll just be a light brush up from here to make it more solid like the top. Um, so no tattoo this week yet. This is actually the longest I've had without a tattoo in quite a while. I'm getting a bit of an itch. It's been, what has it been now? 10 days. Usually the most I'll go is 7 days. So it feels like a lot longer than it is for me because sometimes I get as many as 2 times a week. So kind of getting that tattoo itch. But Friday afternoon, my artist and I are going to be working on the left side of my my torso, the ribs and down to the waist. I still need to do quite a bit of tidying up on the right side, but we tackled most of that. What isn't solid needs to be touched up, and then there's some parts of it that need to be done for the first time still. So that's probably going to be about, I'd say, another hour and a half over there, and then whatever touch-ups. The left side is probably going to be between an appointment and 2 appointments to deck that completely, and then like I'll probably just do one big touch-up run once I have all of that done, just like I did with the shoulders and the neck region. We did like this whole area, my chest, my shoulders, my neck, my throat, the back of my neck, all in one like vicious touch-up run. And it was really good because we got a lot done, right? You don't want to be screwing around with that stuff forever. That could have easily been 3 days of work. So I was happy that we did all of it in one push. I'm hoping that we can do something similar in the stomach and rib area. I mean, it's going to be a painful day, but it's going to be a necessary day. Of course, time is winding down on this project because my artist is leaving the city, as I've said in a few other videos prior to this one. But I think that we've got enough time left to do that, plus a few other things before he's gone. Not the least of which is to touch up this hand. That's definitely, I think that's going to be September 5th that I'm going to be doing that, if I can work it out. So that'll be the third pass, and it should get these knuckles quite a bit darker. And there's this one spot on my hand here that doesn't like to take the ink. It's got a bit of callus. Hopefully we can get that at least gray. There's another one in here, but I mean, it's mostly black. Like, if you look at my arm in comparison, it's pretty black except the knuckles. I mean, we're not going for perfection because that's probably never going to happen. It probably could work for some people who don't work with their hands for a living, but since I'm in the kitchen and always watching my hands and well, just chopping and, you know, spatulas and just all of that stuff, right? You're just always working with your hands as a cook, so you're probably never going to have perfect finger tattoos. There was actually a time in my life when I said that I would probably never have a full sleeve. Unlike most people, I started out only with one arm tattoo. I actually had a chest piece, my back, part of my back done. I had stuff on my stomach, I had stuff on my shoulders here, and then some stuff on my upper arm. I had my throat, the back of my neck. I had lots of places like that done before I really had any arm tattoos. And I wasn't even sure I would ever have a full sleeve. Like, the idea of having a full sleeve for me was kind of, seemed silly because I'm always burning myself, and, you know, you might cut your hand and all these different reasons why I just didn't think that hand and arm tattoos would be a good idea for me. But in the end, obviously, I decided to do that, and obviously I've been doing that for years now, still doing that. So it wasn't as big a problem as I thought it was initially, I guess. But just a little funny story. Um, Another thing I want to do is I've still got a bit of blue on this arm from where I touched up or blacked out this traditional dagger, and I actually just uploaded that video to my YouTube. I've had it on my Instagram, and it makes it for a hell of a picture. Um, it used to be a traditional dagger there with a banner that said "Love Lost," and that's a really common image. It's not like anything unique to me that, oh God, no one's ever had a traditional dagger that said "Love Lost." It's nothing like that. It's just I chose that image at a particular point in my life, when someone that I loved for many years, on one day just randomly kind of left. Um, and that tattoo was always symbolic of a great love passing, you know? So, not to get too deep or whiny or anything like that, but that Love Lost tattoo is one of the last things on my arm to get blacked out, not because I loved that trad dagger. I mean, honestly, that trad dagger was poorly done. Like, it was not the best traditional I've ever seen. I still like traditional tattoos, but it wasn't in there as well as it could have been. But that wasn't why I got rid of it. When I chose to get rid of that tattoo, it was um, it was a hard feeling for me because that tattoo had a lot of symbolic meaning to me. But in getting rid of it, it was almost like putting the cap on that time of my life, or like walking away from the pain and the mixed feelings I had over that situation in my life. Um, that photo speaks to a lot of people. The love lost being covered. That video, people seem to really like it, and what that tells me is, regardless of knowing the backstory, you can assume sort of the idea of it. You know, I think it can resonate with people for all kinds of reasons. Why you would move on from a feeling like that. But for me, it was empowerment. Um, there's a lot of interesting feelings that go along with the blackout journey that people really they want. I think people want to understand, but they can't, because they think that it means that you hate all of this stuff. And I've said this several times. People think that this is a journey of hatred or like embarrassment or regret or something, like just blacking out all this shit and it's just no good and this work must be horrible and all this different stuff. And what I would say is that some of this has been the most therapeutic of any of the tattoos I've ever had. Um, there are certainly more meaningful tattoos to me than a lot of the blacking. I got ephemeral on my eyebrow. That's, you know, it's more than my stage name or my platform name. Um, that it defines the way I look at life. Everything is passing and nothing lasts forever. All of that stuff really is the basis for not just the way I look at things, but I guess also what I would consider my art form to be is change, and that nothing will be the same tomorrow as it is today. Um, and this blackout journey has, in an odd way, in a way I didn't foresee it from the beginning, it's personified the word and it's personified my outlook on life too. That everything kind of returns to um, black or nothing eventually. So this minimalist sort of look that I'm acquiring, this just black and a few images, it more and more suits my sensibility. And what people don't understand is, um, though I loved my old tattoo suit, and it was a real collector's suit, as I've said a few times, um, it was a lot brighter and a lot flashier and a lot louder than I actually am. Um, I think that when I was getting that stuff done, a lot of it was just kind of like piecing together, and it wasn't all with a clear concept. But I love it all. Like, I loved it all, and so it's not to say that it's regret. so much as it is to say that this black suit is almost like my more adult, more acknowledged, aware version of me. Um, it's kind of like the choice that I would make now from zero, kind of thing, where the suit that I was acquiring over my growth as a person, and through loss and through changes in life situations, and just kind of having all these different ideas come over time, it ended up making a more of an ensemble look that didn't look as concise and clear to me. And and that's not to say that, I would take any of those back, or to say that if I was to be young again, I wouldn't do it the same way, because I probably would. Because I deeply believe that heavy black work is done after your old suit. It shouldn't be done from the start. It should be done almost like a finish point for a long journey, or let's say like the college to high school. Like it's like a finishing school for me. That's why when people are always on about white ink and the potential of white ink or scarification over the black ink, and it's like it frightens people that this could be final, like that the end goal could just be black. And I'm not saying that it is, but there's nothing scary about that reality to me. I think it scares a lot of people, but if you're gonna get this far into a project like this, I think people think that I'm not thinking about it, or that it's like just some spur of the moment idea that I'll regret one day. But I gotta tell you, like, the more I rationalize and think about it, the more it makes sense for me as a person. And I think that as I grow and age and learn more, because God knows I'm not finished, I think that this style of tattooing will only suit my sensibilities more and more. And it's actually helped me learn and kind of focus some things about myself that I didn't clearly see in the past. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to ramble too long. I'm probably coming off a little bit weird or long-winded or something here. I thought that since I didn't have a tattoo update this time, I've got more than enough tattoo-related stories to tell. And Love Lost is one of my favorite tattoo stories. And the unfortunate thing about Instagram is you get a snapshot, you get a post. You can't say a lot in a post. I mean, you can write a good deal, but there's always a chance that no one's going to listen or no one's going to read it. And people just want to see pretty pictures. And that's part of why I like YouTube more. So I can elaborate on the meaning of this Love Lost, and the power that I feel like I kind of took back with that. Because this tattoo was all about a painful period of my life. And just having that image now of it being blacked out and returning to blank slate, in a manner of speaking, it resonates with me. It's peaceful, and it feels like I've properly gotten over and forgotten about that part of my life, and that has no power anymore. Tattoos have a way of boosting our confidence, building us up. It's a powerful thing to be able to decide how you look. And so when you put something like that on you, I think that you're wearing that pain. And as painful as all of this looks, I'm not wearing this pain anymore. And I never will again. That's done now. Anyway, sorry, this was a bit of a different video. I just wanted to get a little personal for a change. If you enjoyed this story, maybe I'll do some more stories. If you don't, well, this could be a one-off. We'll see. I just thought it would be fun. Talk a little bit about the history and things like that. And yeah, If you enjoy these videos, share them to your friends and follow me on Instagram, same name, @ephemeralremy. And have a good day.